not going on to, so.
Yeah, make sure we have recordings going. Just hang out and you're going to hear some pretty grievous stuff. I just got done putting it together as well as doing what I noticed. The guy who doesn't live here that burglarized and vandalized the home office the other day. When I realized when I saw him out there, and I answered 3 million questions to get police officer dispatch.
Oh boy. All right, let me get my notebook out so I can take some notes.
Thank you, sir.
Do you have a cigarette by any chance?
Yes, I do, sir.
Thank goodness. Yeah, we're gonna need one.
Actually, we're only a few because we're getting these recorded. On advice of assistant prosecutor, and I hope you got it on. So cross references. Yes, sir. Let's see. I'm sure I've got more evidence of the wire fraud. Yeah, here's more concerning the wire fraud, sir. So,
Okay, I'm kind of confused
Yeah,
on
I
what's going on here.
you know,
Okay.
a whole lot of
I see a receipt for a wire, and I see his details. I don't see where any money's been exchanged or anything like that.
So I'm not alleging money has been moved.
Okay.
I'm not alleging anything. I'm showing you evidence that the gentleman accessed our account without permission, without any kind of authorization or any way that he would have gotten in there
So,
legally.
are you saying? Let me see here. Are you saying this account that has his name and everything else on it is your account?
No, sir, that does not have. Let me explain, please. So what that is like a wire recipient profile, if you would.
Okay, so if you were to wire him money, that's what you would see, right?
No, I wouldn't wire him money, and we had no wire recipients set up until I received this email confirmation that said I added a wire recipient. That was my indication and proof that he had added himself without authorization.
Okay.
And there's some email correspondence where I've tried to report this numerous times, and somehow a report has not been taken in violation of my constitutional rights, in violation of the organization's constitutional rights.
So Irby put himself
No,
as
no, 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 whole different
different
Whole
person.
different person, okay? Hang tight. Save your questions for after the officer gets through the case, please. Make sure no one can again, if you would please, make sure it's recording because of releasing the wrong tracks.
And I have backups too.
Thank you. Yes, you can.
Go back. Well, let me be right back. Since the officers came out here, let me see if they took a report and you just didn't get a report number from it. I'll be right back. Okay.
Let me just say one more thing while we have this stack of papers out.
Okay.
The reason that I took them separately is because several of these encompass multiple crimes
Okay.
and multiple defendants. This one, for instance, I also need to report civil rights violations committed by Columbus Police, including failure to protect, which are violations of constitutional
Well, we don't take reports for civil rights violations.
Okay, well, I'm going to be reporting to the prosecutor tomorrow, and I'm doing my civic duty and reporting to you, and I'm asking as a
All right,
citizen.
I'll be
that
right
you
back. I'm
document
going to check on those reports for you,
it.
okay?
Yes, sir. We've got a lot more.
No, let's use the Android. Let's use the Android.
All right, time is 8:44 p.m. Today is Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. You've heard the officers refuse to call a supervisor, refuse to do anything about this assault, this vandalism. Yet again, this is absurd. Not only is it absurd, it is the most illegal, derelict violation of one's constitutional rights that anyone can imagine, and it stops today.
Can you share the Wi-Fi to that iPhone to this one? That's going to be the communication phone.
Capital L, love, capital L, love, twice.
Capital L love, capital L.
Yes.
Okay.
All right, so you taking notes?
Yeah, try to get everything set up.
Yes, thank you. It's set up. We've got a dozen or more scribes we need to report here,
Okay.
and
So
they're going to
sit
try
that
not to take
somewhere.
reports on any of them.
Sit that somewhere.
Mm.
Does anywhere. And let's see. Kingdom of God, L, love. Is it capital L then LOVE?
Capital L
OVE.
O-V-E, then
Capital
love twice.
Okay.
Both caps. Survey, let me see.
I'm sorry for
Long overdue.
I'm sorry for someone we just got this.
This is going to be played in federal court, so read yourself.
Just say yeah. Yeah, I got you.
Thank you for coming so quickly.
I can't.
Just as soon as I had asked you to come, I saw Collins out there who vandalized and robbed the place the other day. I saw him out there getting a vehicle escaping. He doesn't have any business being here. And I had to answer 3,000 questions before they were even dispatched an officer. This is absurd. No wonder people are getting murdered in this city
Just can't stay long.
in multiple dozens. Because Columbus police are acting like this until a crime escalates to a murder. This is a violation of civil rights. This is a violation of human dignity. This is a violation of international humanitarian law. And I demand, as a citizen, that these officers be criminally prosecuted themselves for gross dereliction of duty, for violation of constitutional rights, and for being shitty people, period. And yes, I'm Reverend Dr. Andrew Wynn, and I mean every word of that, so help me God, because he does too.
We got deodorant spray.
No, it's brand new.
So look mine.
Oh, we're going to be sitting for a minute, because we got some more to do for you. I've been working on it. They want me to do their job. They want the citizens to go to the prosecutor's office to write police reports because they don't want to do their. This is ridiculous, man. They want citizens to fucking. They won't fingerprint the tub, even though that would prove his guilt. They wouldn't fingerprint on the place the other day when there was a felony burglary committed. That's okay. I got pictures indicating he did it, and they're going to deny that as well because these people are out of control.
So I gotta deal with the.
Because nobody trains, supervises, oversees, or monitors their ignorance, well, they need to see the videos. And even then, they won't have anything to say because it is absolutely, inarguably, an abomination. An abomination to justice. The Lord Himself, God says, "For I, the Lord, love justice," in Isaiah 61:8. And if He loves justice, He hates what is going on in the Columbus Division of Police, the Columbus City Attorney's Office, and the Franklin County Prosecuting Attorney. All be voted out of office. The ranks need cleared, and the threshing floor needs cleared to make way for people who will do their job, care about the citizenry, keep people safe, and execute mercy where possible but not at the expense of our constitutional rights, which is exactly what's happening. And this needs prosecuted at the highest levels, and it shall be. As God is my witness, it will be, and these officers will be fired, and a whole lot more like it. I know this is going to the report. That's why
Yeah,
that's why I'm making my commentary.
No, you just gotta make sure you don't sound it.
Johnny?
No.
No, I'm taking. Behind the scenes, no, I'm taking. I know what I'm doing. Or I edit it. Even with the raw footage. I don't know if this is on. I don't think it's on. I'm getting that fusion.
Yes, thank you. Wait, is one on? It's not on one of these videos. Okay. Now this is on.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is not on messing with Android. Okay, now it's on.
Yeah, sure. What time is it, Johnny? You got your time?
Let's see. 8:52 p.m. Tuesday, June 25th, 2024.
Thank you. Again, it's Tuesday, June 25th, 2024, 8:52 p.m. Reverend Andrew Winmouth, President and CEO of A Strong City, along with the Chief Operations Officer at A Strong City, Johnny Wright. On scene with two Columbus police officers, previously named.
Do they have names or badge
Yeah,
numbers?
I've got their names and badge numbers
Give me that.
on recording. I didn't write them down, I got them recorded. I don't have the cruiser number immediately. Let's see if we can grab one. It doesn't matter, they've got the dispatch records. The cruiser number is 9071 9071. Officers Castile and the other guy who refused to call a supervisor when it says in duly requested after they refused to properly investigate this as they do every other crime and a dozen or more that I'm about to report.
You said the other officer's name?
I don't know his name. First one's Castile.
Castile.
Casteel. We've got the recording. We've got it on record though. And just look at their shirt patches and information. And refusing to document civil rights violations by their own agency. Obviously, a conflict of interest. They're probably supposed to call them the Highway Patrol when issues such as that arise, and that would be most appropriate, if not the FBI.
Now, for those that are just joining, could you give us a recap
No.
of the first?
No. I'm gonna flip my lid. No, I can't. Great question, Johnny, but we're not live, and they can rewind it and play it for the jury as many times as they want. Jaws will drop. I know mine is right now. My blood pressure is through the roof. This has caused immense, irreparable harm. I suffer post-traumatic stress disorder as a survivor of violent crime. I suffer bipolar disorder, major anxiety disorder, major depressive disorder, generalized anxiety disorder, and a slew of other complications as a result of Columbus police allowing crimes to continue to occur. This is traumatizing. This is unjust. This is absolutely damaging. And I pray that the jury watching this video awards me a gazillion dollars, which I'm going to pour into A Strong City and make sure that stuff like this doesn't happen, and make sure victims like me don't continue to suffer for years and years and years with uncaring, unprofessional. I'm not going to call them police officers. Not even parking meter attendants. people who should not have jobs. Waste of taxpayers' money, and not only waste, but it's absolutely appalling that we would pay somebody to be so unprofessional and so outright pitiful.
Hello,
Come
can I
in,
come back in?
yeah, absolutely. Come on in, officer. Yeah, Officer Castillo, CPD, as per
Alright.
2417.
I didn't see anything in reference to any reports on that stuff. Okay.
Okay, so
So from what I'm understanding on this was you have this Bank of America account, right?
yes, sir.
All right. And he added himself as a recipient, which means that somebody could receive money if you send it to him. Is that what you're saying?
I know what you see right here, sir, which is that I received notice, unexpected notice, that a wire recipient had been added. So yes, so I would take that to mean they can either initiate or receive transactions.
Okay, but there was no transactions ever that occurred, correct?
That I'm aware of. There were no funds, sir.
There was no funds ever moved.
My issue is the unauthorized access to
Yeah.
the account.
They would have had to have had some PII in order to do that.
That is a crime.
Now,
Because they
who
can't.
is this Desmond Howard to? I mean, Desmond Collins.
At this point, he is the perpetrator of the crimes to which I and my company are victims. I'm a victim, sir, and under Marcy's law.
Was he living here
No, sir. No,
at
sir.
one point?
No, sir. He was a client who I was helping out with housing referrals and so forth.
Okay.
No, he was not living here.
He was not ever living here or
No, sir.
anything else?
No,
So
sir.
how would he ever gained access to your Bank of
He
America?
did ask to use my phone on several occasions when he did not have one.
Okay.
I did let him use my phone. My Bank of America app and account are safeguarded not only by password but by biometrics, by fingerprint.
Okay.
So this guy has to be a pretty master criminal to have gotten past biometrics. And by master criminal, I mean a danger to the community.
Or you could have hacked your password and changed.
No,
Alright.
either way, it's criminal, whatever.
It is.
Yeah,
All right. So there was just this guy was added to it, correct? All right. On June 4th,
unauthorized access to the account appears to have been made on June 4th. Yes, sir.
we don't know whether it was him or his name was added. We just don't know who did.
I asked him several days later how he got into the account, and he just kind of played it coy. What he did not do was deny that he had access to the account,
Okay.
and he actually admitted to me that he added himself because some old man was going to send him money. That was not approved, that was not discussed, and that is not permissible.
Is he gay by any chance?
Irrelevant.
No, it is.
Johnny,
it is.
Johnny,
No, it is.
Johnny,
Because it's been going on recently around the city.
Irrelevant,
This,
man. Johnny, irrelevant.
Is this account your personal account or is it this
Sure.
Strong City
Sir,
account? It's a business
It's a
account.
business account by the corporation of Strong City. We are a nonprofit charitable organization registered with the Iowa Secretary of State and also the High Attorney General's office. Documentation right there in that box.
How many people have access to this account?
One. Me.
Just you?
Me.
Okay. All right. What other crimes are you talking about here?
Okay, just briefly, I do want to remind you, I did request to file a report on civil rights violations.
A civil rights violation, that's like a civil thing. It's not a criminal thing. The police deal in criminal law.
No, I beg to differ, but I understand there's already conflict of interest. It would probably be appropriate to call either the Highway Patrol to take that report or either the Federal Bureau of Investigation, because these are major civil rights violations, which are criminal. Next, sir, I have reports that I have sent in writing, where Mr. Collins, via his Facebook profile, explicitly threatened me and maliciously harassed me through his online post just prior to burglarizing and vandalizing my apartment. I said yesterday, this was dated June 22nd, so apparently the vandalization and burglary occurred on June 21st. This has been so traumatizing, I couldn't tell you if it was yesterday or a week ago. So here is evidence of that, including Mr. Collins' post, threatening me and indicating he's going to do harm.
Let me see.
Yes, sir, here you go. Let's get this into life, huh? Oh, you going from that angle. And that's it. That's be done.
So what did you believe he meant by when he said he was going to make you touch every wall in your house?
It sounds to me like he was going to inflict bodily harm. That would be my impression, and I just read it thoroughly first time a little while ago. However, what he actually executed was him touching every wall in my house with various items of property as he slung them around and vandalized my home after breaking and entering into it. I'll show you photos of that momentarily.
So this is just a Facebook post that isn't sent to you or anything?
Sir, I think it's reasonable to assume that it was directed both to me.
I understand that the fact that it was directed to you as it has your name on it.
It was
I was
posted,
just asking, was it sent to you or was it a Facebook
it was
post?
posted, it was posted publicly for everybody on Facebook, including myself, to see.
What day was that posted?
Let's see here, sir. I don't have a date, but I can tell you that it was about, it was like a day or two prior to, and I can look at the screenshots when I get calmed down. Possibly. It was a day or two prior to the burglary.
You emailed on June 22nd.
Okay.
Was it that day that he posted it, or was it the day before?
Well, you see, it says 2 days. 2 days. So it's probably 2 days prior to that.
So June 20th?
Yes, sir. Thank you. I'm very upset, officer. Please excuse me. Actually, don't excuse me. I'm here to phrase. Yeah, so right there it says clear intent to do harm immediately prior to breaking into felonies committed against my personal property when he came to me broke it. Time is 9:04 p.m. Again, it's Tuesday, June 25th, 2024.
Alright. What's your next thing?
All right, sir. So burglary. Did you see the report on burglary having been filed?
I hadn't seen that. Do you have the report number for that?
I believe I do, sir. Bear with me. Just a moment. I believe I do. And you know, shoot, I see. No, I see. From the assistant prosecutor. Okay, so I've been corresponding with Jennifer Reed. She is director of the PRU, lead prosecutor, procedural justice initiative at the Columbus City Attorney's Office.
Okay.
And she says this. The report number is 240.
Okay, hold on one second.
Yes, sir.
240.
449960.
Okay.
And her summary is, this is a burglary complaint, which is a felony and would be handled by the Franklin County Prosecutor's Office. And I recommend contacting the CPD burglary squad at blah, 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 which I attempted to do this morning and got no answer, to find out who has been assigned to the case. Which is why I'm asking you guys who's been assigned, because the burglary squad isn't answering their phone.
I would recommend giving them a call again because I don't work in burglary, so I don't know who is assigned to the case. Okay.
Yeah.
I would say give them a call, leave a voicemail.
I did.
Okay. And wait for that call back, and they will respond to you. Okay. You just gotta give them time. Okay.
No.
They got the whole city they're dealing with. Okay.
Well, it was about 18 hours ago, and I got a call back. I would have been the victim of an additional crime. That makes sense, right?
Not really, but
It doesn't? Oh, you're right, because if you've been arrested when it happened, none of this would happen. You're right, that's the problem. So yeah,
yeah. So I would just get a hold of burglary, like I said, or just since you've already called and left a voicemail, wait for them to give you a call back. Okay.
okay, so I will say this, there's new evidence I discovered in the burglary, being photographs and text messages that had been sent while we were dealing with everything. Are you able to upload and attach to that report this new evidence? Or would you, I should say, because I'm sure you can.
I think y'all have like a 20 megabyte limit, but I've tried before. It's like 5 images.
They can upload.
Well, what I can do for you,
And that includes Mr. Collins loading items into the getaway vehicle.
what I can do for you is I can send you a link and you can upload it all into our system. Okay.
Okay, I'll take that. I'll gladly take that link, sir. Thank you for that. So there's that. Now, the next crime that I've been victim to from this monster is mail fraud. United States mail fraud. He has, without authorization, began having mail sent in my mailbox in his name without permission. The United States Postal Service has been notified him.
Okay. Anything that deals with the post office goes through the postmaster. We don't deal with any type of mail fraud at all, but we forward all that to the post office. So you have to go through the postmaster to get anything done with that. Okay?
So,
But wouldn't they still need a police report though?
No, they take care of they are their own police department.
okay, so to be clear, you're planning to take a report of a criminal mail fraud.
No, I'm directing you to the proper police department to take the report. I'm not.
I'm reporting to you as an officer, sworn public servant, criminal activity that
I'm advising you
Yes, sir.
that the post office takes care of their own crimes, so you have to report the crime to them.
Yes, sir.
I do not have jurisdiction to take care of them.
Yes, sir. Understood. Where are we going to go from here? Okay, next crime. Another party. You know what? Hold on. Let's do this first because this is probably more imminent and dangerous. So what do we got? Oh, here. Let's go ahead and address this for Mr. Collins. I had officers respond that morning. This was actually probably the first incident that we had after the issue with the bank account, fraudulent bank account access. He showed up on my. You can raise your hand. Excuse me. But they didn't take a report. Assault and theft, and they didn't even document the crime. Zip. Welcome to come in if you like, officer. Yes, sir. It's a lot cooler out there for sure.
Okay, I see that here that you're reporting it to our TRU system.
I
Have
actually,
they responded to you?
no, sir, they have not. And I actually had already reported it to two officers that responded in person about 2 hours after I called 911 that morning. Showed up about 5 a.m. banging like a maniac on my door.
Well, I would recommend if you've reported this to the TRU system, getting a hold of our records department and seeing if they can't find the reports for you. Okay?
They have the report has not been entered, sir. What's the date on that? What's the date that I sent it?
That's on June 20th.
On June 20th. Today is the.
You're sending this to the TRU, which is
And
our
there's
telephone reporting unit. So
And they're
what
just
that does,
rejecting those reports, man. Excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt. They're just rejecting those reports. I'm doing that to for posterity, quite honestly.
well, I asked you if they responded to you, and you're telling me you never got a response, but now you're telling me that they rejected it, which
No,
one
no, no.
is it?
No, excuse me. Let me clarify. No, I'm saying they are routinely rejecting reports that I file in that.
Your last name?
A lot of times
You
because
said
it's a known suspect or because it's a burglary.
Thank
But they haven't rejected this. You haven't got a response from them yet for this, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Once you get a response
Just what
from them, if they tell you to have an officer come out and take a report, then do it. But as of right now, let's wait and see if they get you a report number. That way, it's not double reported.
Well, I
Okay.
had two officers out here and they didn't make a report. And we're talking about violent crimes, snatching.
Okay. I understand
Property
that,
on someone's
but
hand.
what you're saying is that you've already reported this to the TRU system.
And nobody's doing a thing about it.
Okay.
Which is why we're reiterating my request for a supervisor.
Well, this is the 25th. I would assume that by in 5 days that you would have received an email
I would
about it.
assume that the time someone calls 911 and reports a crime, you guys arrest the suspect.
Yeah, he got a point there because I actually filed a report in August.
That's
and I
not
didn't
okay.
get anything until
Okay,
April
okay.
of
That's
this
how-
year.
That's how it's working, but that's
Months
not
later.
okay. The Constitution guarantees us justice without delay, and that is unconscionable. That being said, I've done my job reporting it to you as well. If you plan to take a report,
You said, well, what I'm saying is that you've already reported this crime.
I have attempted to report it, sir. Nobody has put it on paper, and nobody has documented it. I had two officers at my door, 2 hours.
And what did they tell you?
A whole lot of nothing. A whole lot of nothing. What they did was condone violations of the Ohio Revised Code and city ordinance. That's what they did. That's what they told me. Was that it's okay for someone to commit crimes against someone else. I mean, that was my outtake.
I highly doubt that they told you
No,
that
not so many
that
words.
it was
By
possible
inaction.
for people to commit crimes against you.
By inaction.
Let's go with this. We're taking a report for this tonight. We're mentioning the report, all this other stuff he's got in here, and he's got a report number.
Sir, I've got threats here from another individual that has threatened to beat my ass multiple times. I reported this to the prosecutor today, and she said to contact CPD. If you guys don't want to take that report, I guess you guys don't want to take that report. And
They
that's
are taking the report.
okay. I'm saying I've got other crimes here I'm trying to report to you, sir.
We're gonna do what? 15 reports on one thing today? Well,
No, sir.
why are
No,
all
sir.
these things happening to you?
Great question. Probably because CPD allows them to happen the first time, the second time, the third
So
time.
it's
without
CPD's fault. It's
Yes.
not you won't have anything to do with it.
Sir, it is CPD's fault if he did not arrest this guy and allow him to commit multiple crimes thereafter. It sure is CPD's fault.
Okay.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. Because officers wanted to run out of here instead of taking reports of criminal activity. It sure is CPD's fault, sir. And this will be a subject for federal lawsuit. I assure you. It absolutely is CPD's fault. Great question.
Like I asked earlier, you got all these times that you've been emailing the TRU and everything else,
No response.
and you're not getting a single response from them.
Correct.
I find that hard to believe.
I find it unconscionable. It's certainly a violation of the constitutional right to citizens and CPD officers' sworn obligation to protect and serve us. Neither of which is doing in any type of fair or consistent manner.
That and operational pitfalls exist in any
No, this is beyond operational pitfalls. This is gross misconduct. It's a violation.
On this one, you said he verbally threatened you. What did he say?
Excuse me, may I refresh my memory? This one, Oh, yes, I believe it was something along the lines of, I said threatened to physically harm my person, said I'll beat your ass. It seems to be a favorite of these thugs.
I got a question for y'all too. I got a question.
So you think, you're not for certain, but you think he said that?
Sir, so I was on a 911 call as he said it. So if you pull the 911 record, you'll hear exactly what he said, as well as my panicked call for assistance that didn't come for 2 hours at least. I was on the call with Central Communications as he was
So
making
the
the threat.
cell phone, you're saying it was a gift from him?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He had given me the cell phone, not lent, but expressly given me the cell phone days prior. And because he was in his agitated state and wasn't happy that I didn't want to let him in at 5 a.m., banging like a lunatic, that he saw fit to snatch it out of my hand. Which, of course, is an assault as well as a burglary by force. Again, a felony.
So he knocked on the door, you opened the door, and he took his cell phone that he gave you.
He banged on the door, banged on the windows, shouted through the windows, so I relented to let him in. I had let him keep a couple items of personal
Okay,
property.
so if you let him in, that right there becomes not a burglary. Because you let him in your place, that's not a burglary.
I didn't let him snatch something out of my hand.
I'm not saying you did.
That's an
What I'm
assault.
telling
Okay,
you,
fair, that's an
it's
assault.
not a burglary.
It's an assault, right?
It's a theft.
Okay. Well, we won't first words over it. It is a criminal offense against my person and property. That we can agree. That we can agree on. It is a crime.
And when did this happen?
Date should be noted pretty clearly on that, sir.
You're saying on June 20th? You got a lot of stuff happening on June 20th.
You're right, man. You're absolutely right. And
So this happened the same day you posted the stuff online?
apparently, sir, I did not discover the online stuff till sometime after. What was it, like 2 days later? I reported that. Sir, I'm doing my job by making these reports, and it's about time somebody arrest people who continue to commit crimes like that.
And I got a question for the two of y'all once y'all done.
Don't be a misguided.
Alright. What type of cell phone was this that he gave you and took back?
You know, I believe, actually, let me see, I've got the specific information on it. It said something about, it was like Cloud Mobile Stratus, I think was the model maybe. I'll see if I can find it pretty quickly, but I've got it all documented.
Alright.
And to be clear, I wasn't nearly as concerned about the item as I was the manner in which he violently took it from my hand. Yeah, I don't know. I'll find it for sure. I will be able to produce the precise model and IME and all that for trial.
Okay.
I assure you.
What else you got?
Okay, so let's move on to an individual by the name of Jeremy Gladney. Mr. Gladney has been an acquaintance of mine for Mr. Recording for years.
Yep, I'll make sure I'm recording too.
Yeah, I know. Hey, we know dispute then, right? So Mr. Gladney is an acquaintance of mine, actually an occasional romantic partner.
Okay.
So he come back into my sphere, if you will, in the last month or so. When he did, and it took me a while to really start paying attention, sadly, but when he did, he was stating daily that he was hearing voices.
Okay.
He believed that he was being broadcast on the internet. He believed that there's all kinds of paranoid, clear signs of mental illness. I did reach out to Netcare, whose responsibility it is to take care of that stuff. And as a result, Mr. Gladney has saw fit to retaliate against me for police showing up and so forth, including making threats against my person. Within the last year, Mr. Gladney actually punched me, so I have no reason to doubt that he would execute that again if his mental illness, which it obviously is, has reached that level of crisis and is not being checked. So I'm requesting that he be arrested for the threats of violence and other crimes, which I detailed in writing 4 times that any citizen should ever have to.
Thank you, Mark.
Go ahead, give her in the fridge, man. Yeah, let's deal with that and then, here's the rest of the prosecutor's office.
Sorry, I'm not parched from work. That office.
Alright. So Mr. Gladney, however you say his name, I'm sorry. He sent you these messages saying that he was gonna beat your ass.
Correct,
Alright. When did he do this?
They are fresh. Alright, so we're looking at, okay, so this is the most recent message, sir, which assistant prosecutor advised me I needed to call the CPD about. This was, today, he said, you have one more time to have someone call for me and ask about my mental stage, which, I made the
Okay.
appropriate report to net care, and that's what.
Okay, that's what you've already told me all that. When did he send you these messages?
Okay, let's take a look. So there's two threats. Perfect. Okay. So the date stamp here indicates that the screenshot was taken, and it wasn't taken immediately or very shortly after I received the messages on the 22nd. Yeah, I can give you the date and then the times.
Do you still have it in your phone?
Yes, sir, I do. I've taken screenshots and put them in my Google Photos. But I can assure you that that the dates are very accurate. And the times are noted right.
Can I see the messages on your
Let me
phone?
take a look. Let me take a look. I'm distraught, man. This is traumatizing. I'm already a survivor, rather, of violent crime. And I'm distraught.
And all this, we need to make multiple backups of.
I know,
And
which is why I'm reluctant to do any more than I already have. Yeah, I had to make room for the video recordings we're doing today, so those will be available on another device. On the file, I'm back up to the file, and I've got more evidence here, and should be possible. So I can find here, sir. Okay, so and here's a screenshot.
Okay, I already got the screenshots. I asked for the text messages if you have them.
Okay. I'm rather concerned about confidentiality because this man is a client and I'm trying to disclose as relevant as possible, if that makes sense.
You refer to people as clients. What do you do for them?
I am the president and CEO of a strong city.
I understand that, but what
We
these
undertake,
people are clients. What
we
do you
undertake-
do for them?
well, sometimes I call them clients, sometimes I refer to them as members. We are an advocacy organization, sir. We advocate for justice, we advocate for mental health, the rights of young folks suffering HIV, homeless issues, a whole slew of stuff that's not being addressed. And right now, we're advocating for justice for victims of crime that is not being had.
the underserved population.
I actually had to block Mr. Gladney when he introduced some messages, so I'm not pulling it up immediately, but I can tell you that
That was the data.
I'll make sure they're available on the device for further investigation, I promise.
Facebook.
and I can attest to you, under penalty of perjury, that those are true and accurate copies. And also, the dates that are reflected in the screenshots are the dates on which those were taken. I'm going to be administered as well, sir, so my word is good.
Yeah, I still want to ask that question.
No, thank you. I got hired these jobs today when I first called in, just for the purpose of using a computer to print out that kind of stuff. So if it's available on the computer. And I'll be
So
able to-
why was he saying he was going to come beat your ass?
No, I don't think that really matters. To be honest with you, I'll sure not say that.
Well,
I
it
don't-
matters in the
Because
the
he's mentally
aspect of trying to figure out why he was saying this.
Because he's mentally ill, because he is criminally violent. I think at the point someone commits the criminal act of threatening violence, I don't think it really matters why. Does it matter why somebody shoots somebody in the head? Or
I didn't know what led up to that.
Right.
What led up to him saying that? People just don't say that for no reason.
I reported. I did my duty reporting to NetCare his mental illness, his untreated mental illness. Police and mental health professionals responded, and apparently, as indicated by the messages, have been checking in on him, and he's not happy about having that exposed, and he's a.
All right. What's the next thing? Actually, it's Germany white, black,
Germany is black man.
black male.
Yes, sir.
How tall?
About 6'1".
Well, how much he weigh?
Man, he's gained good bit of weight. I would surmise perhaps around 230.
All right.
There's his
Yeah, I got that.
contact information.
Yep.
Um,
All right. What else you got?
Well, I've got a few loose ends that I will address with the prosecutor when I meet with her tomorrow. But as for this, I am requesting, due to the repeated threats of
All right.
violence-
Here's your report for your window outside, and I'll get you a couple more report numbers. Okay. I'll be right back.
I got a question.
What's your question,
for
sir?
you and Mr. Anderson?
Well, Mr. Anderson went outside. What's your
But-
question?
Because he's part of that too. So when he was actually, pouring his heart out and saying his issues and everything that
Okay.
has happened to him, I saw y'all two just kind of look at each other like, serious or something. Are y'all taking this seriously at all, or are you guys just like, just pretending as though this ain't nothing and it's just gonna go by the wayside? Because that's what it kind of is looking like.
Well, that's your own perspective.
No, that's-
Everybody's entitled to their own perspective.
Y'all
And I'm
literally
taking
rolled
this-
y'all's eyes at him, like behind his back while he was getting papers. So I mean,
I'm taking his reports for him, like I need
Good
to.
question.
Okay, and you can have your perspective on however you feel that.
it just gives more credence to the mission of a strong city because
Okay.
he actually himself has been underserved justice because of things like
All right,
that.
well I'm gonna go get him a report number. All right, you can
So-
have your own feelings about the way.
Are you filing criminal charges on
It
me, sir?
ain't really feeling, it's just actions that occurred.
I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Thank you. Great question, Johnny. I didn't know that, of course, because they were doing it behind my back. But that's exactly what the fuck is going on.
You
And,
didn't hear the way they've
and
been
I
talking to you this entire time.
Absolutely, I have, and I apologize to the ladies and gentlemen of the jury because I apologize to the citizens of Columbus that their leadership and public servants have allowed shit like this to go on for so long. And that is the reason I've got a 49-minute video right now that will be in front of somebody who gives a damn.
And
It already is.
that little
A strong
eye rolling thing, you got that angle right there.
Johnny-
We're gonna find that.
Johnny, would you please state your full name and your
Johnny
address?
Wright, 2197 Brentnell Avenue, Columbus, Ohio 43211. Chief Operations Officer of a strong city, here to witness the officer call for our president and CEO, Andrew Winmouth, well, Reverend Dr. Andrew Winmouth, in which he reported multiple crimes. Leave it at that as a recap.
And how can prosecutors or law enforcement get in touch with you to further investigate and to testify at trial, sir?
There is LinkedIn. I'm on LinkedIn.
Your telephone number and email address, please.
Oh, yeah, my telephone number. Let's see, which one do I want to use?
All of them. Make sure that you can be reached for trial, sir.
Well, I mean,
This is a major issue.
no, there's only one main one I use. So use 380-867-8730. That's the primary. Backup is 220-228-1528.
And via email?
Email John Wright BC JOHNWRIGHT BC at Gmail. Johnny Xavier 2197 at iCloud.com.
I'm posting this on YouTube.
Man, we post it on YouTube,
Yeah.
post it on Twitter,
All
or wait, X. But yeah, it will be posted.
X marks the spot.
And well, I ain't saying nothing else. Just
Yep.
just
We are rolling. We're not cutting until the officers depart. And
Well, not yeah.
no, I agree. No, a strong city is not done until these
Right.
officers and
But
dozens more like them are fired. Period. And I'm not going to stop there. I'll go further to say they are until they are criminally charged for the grievous violations of the constitutional rights of citizens throughout the city of Columbus, throughout the Franklin County, and throughout America. This is still America, right? I've got the guy refusing to call supervisor. I got the Bill of Rights sitting right here, second only to Isaiah 61:8, where the Lord declares He loves justice, so He is rolling over, and He's not in a grave, guys, because God still lives, but He is rolling over right now, disgusted. He's ready to smite these people himself, but I guess that's why He has an ordained minister, huh? Yes. And let me be clear, the object isn't to smite him. The object is to obtain justice for all citizens, all victims of crime, and fair administration of justice for even the perpetrators to an extent. But damn, enough is enough. In Jesus' name, it's going to stop. It's going to stop today.
yeah,
I got him.
you got concealed
You're in the
number.
record.
Okay.
You're in the videos. And man, that thing has been recording for almost an hour now. And hey, we still haven't covered all the crimes. And bet you dollars to donuts, these sons of bitches are not going to fucking request warrants as they would if you or I, Johnny, had committed pittance of one of these crimes. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is discrimination. That, ladies and gentlemen, is failure, denial of equal protection under the law, which is a constitutional provision. It's denial of speedy administration of justice. It's a denial of everything that is good and holy and right and righteous, and everything. These sworn servants who are derelict in their duties, to say the least, is a violation of everything that we stand for and that our police force was designed and should always, without fail, stand for. And I'm standing up, as is Mr. Right here, in a strong city, as a charitable advocacy organization. We're standing up and we're saying, this is not okay, this is not right, and this will not continue. We will be in federal court on behalf of all citizens of the city of Columbus, all victims of crime, and anybody who has a brain, a heart, a soul, and a conscience. Because obviously, these disgusting representatives of the public do not. Hey Chris, I'm recording, buddy. You're welcome to come in if you like. I am recording until the officers leave. I'm recording the gross miscarriage of justice that's going on within Columbus Division of Police. And these guys are fired, as are a dozen, just like no. I mean it. I'm sure the jury will agree. Yeah, I got about almost an hour recording right now.
What did it do?
Nothing. That's the problem.
They pretty much
Desmond just assaulted my window, vandalized my window after breaking in my house and vandalizing it. When they should have arrested him the day he fucking broke in my house, and he wouldn't have been able to do this shit. But that's okay. It's not okay at all. Never mind.
Hey, yes. So
So technically, you know, they say that if they
They pretty much
toothbrush
just lock it.
here, clothes here, the resident
He has nothing. He has nothing here.
anymore.
He has nothing here.
They pretty much just lock it the entire time.
And that's not true either. Yeah, and that's not true either. I did research, and in order to establish any kind of squatters' rights, a person has to have continuous occupation of the place for 21 years.
What is it? Is it?
21 years.
Are they squatting though, or are
21
they?
years.
Are they squatting though?
To have any kind of rights attached to a premises, they have to have continuous occupation for 21 years.
But are they squatting? What's
No.
squatting?
No, they're not even. They're not even.
You gotta define
Living there.
squatting first.
When you're a leaseholder, yeah, there you go.
You do.
And he ain't got no mail here,
Yeah,
right?
we're not even talking about squat. We're talking about vandalism and breaking in there. Burglary.
Cigarette.
Hmm?
Cigarette.
Yeah, we're talking about violent crimes. Yeah, this goes far beyond squatters'
I
rights.
was told by the Columbus police that these people that were staying in my house, they said, "Do you get mail here?" They said, "Yeah." So they ran and grabbed mail. They said, "Well, yeah. At this point, if they choose to kick in the door or anything of the sort, there's nothing we can do about this."
That is
Yeah,
a
they
crossing-
said they said the same thing to me when
Yeah, well, what that does is allow mail fraud because I just showed pieces of mail Desmond without permission started having it sent to my house, and after he unauthorized access to my Bank of America account and added himself as a recipient.
so that's
I just showed the proof of Desmond fraudulently falsifying U.S. mail, and they wouldn't even take the fucking report.
Can I see that Bank of America?
Yes.
Go file your own report.
I am.
Because
I'm seeing a prosecutor tomorrow at 2:30.
Online, the system times out after 30 minutes, and you can only upload like 5 images.
These people
It's
are
a
ridiculous.
really terrible system.
We'll put all
It is
that
their job.
collectively into one PDF.
I'm putting it into a civil rights complaint
Because
because
it's a 20 megabyte limit.
they're
Now, if you, well,
they're shifting the burden of doing the police's job onto the citizens, onto victims who are traumatized. That is fucking ridiculous. No, it's not fucking ridiculous. It is a crime. I want these people charged criminally because this violation of civil rights goes above and beyond anything anybody should ever
oh, hand me that,
have to endure.
that Bank of America one. I want to see that.
Stand by,
So, Andy,
sir.
relax. Andy,
I'm working on it, Chris. Thank you.
relax.
Thank you, friend. I'm working on it. I know this is it.
Relax.
This is the one right here.
Just sit down and relax.
I've been sitting there relaxing for 3 years, man, and this shit is not getting any better. It's gotten a lot worse.
Just sit down and relax.
I am now, because
You're not worth it.
this is what's going to do it. I know they're not worked up about it. It's their fucking job. Okay, this is our recording right here. This is the one that's going to change.
No, in
Come
order,
in, officer.
in order to do that, you would actually have to have access to their account to do this.
You would think.
You have to. You
That's
can't.
for your window,
Yes,
okay?
sir. Yes, sir.
This is how you can get, it says right above your, QR codes and public records and your, victims' rights and stuff. You flip it over, for your victims' rights, that's how you get all the prosecutor's office.
I am.
Okay, so you need to get all the prosecutor's office to be able to try to file any charges for that, okay?
Isn't that police's job?
No, it's the prosecutor's job.
Oh, they say something different. They say it's police.
Well, I'm telling you,
I'll talk to her tomorrow. That's okay. Now, as far as victims' rights go, sir, I
you
am.
gotta go through this QR code, and that's all dealt with through the prosecutor's office.
Well, for the record, I am requesting all rights under Marcy's law that are
Okay.
that.
Well, that's why you
are-
click on this and you go through the link to do all that, okay?
You click on the officer that's in front of me, sir.
Well, and I'm telling you how to do that,
I'm disabled.
okay?
I'm disabled as a result of being a victim.
Well, it doesn't stop you from doing everything else with your phone, so follow this link,
I'm doing
you
that.
can do it.
Doing that, sir.
This one is for the Facebook post. Actually, I'm sorry, that one is. Let me make sure I got them in the right order here.
Mhm.
If they do different reports.
Yeah, I gotta do all kind of reports because each one's a different thing.
There's gonna be, yeah, and that's just the tip of the iceberg.
Actually, that one is for the Strong City, the account. This one here,
That's for the bank fraud.
yeah, this one is here is for the Facebook post.
columns, Facebook post,
Yep.
and I guess we'll see what you.
This one here is for the cell phone. That's for the cell phone.
Set for the cell phone.
Yep. And this one here is for Jeremy.
The threats.
Yep, that's for Jeremy.
Threats of physical violence.
Alright.
Uh,
You need to contact the prosecutor's office on all those, okay? And they will be able to assist you. So what I recommend is you give them a call, you set up an appointment.
I have an
and you-
appointment for tomorrow.
Okay, well then you take all your stuff in there tomorrow and give them these report numbers and go from there, okay, sir?
Yes, sir. So, just to be clear, I just reported to you a dozen violent crimes. You're telling me you're not going to charge criminally not one of them?
I'm telling you, to get criminal charges, you need to talk to the prosecutor's office.
That is not the way this is supposed to work, sir. I don't know how you sleep at night. Thank you for your time, officer.
You're welcome. You have a good night, sir.
I will not, sir, and it is squarely your fault. You really should be ashamed of yourself, sir. To conclude, we're now an hour in just this video, and it's about the third video we've recorded, and that was Officer Castile, who, man, if I were a police officer and I did my job like that, I would go home every night and cry myself to sleep, if not blow my brains out.
I need that angle.
As a citizen, and as a victim of, the survivor rather, of violent crime, this guy needs prayed for, y'all, because he has absolutely no soul, and if he does, it's going straight to hell. God does not like it when you abuse his children like that. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Tuesday, June 25th, 2024. It is 9:43 p.m. About, I don't know, 2 hours after these idiots stepped foot in here and before they wrote their own pink slips, guys. Because these people need fired, and more than that, they need charged criminally with being the worst police officers that ever showed up today, because Columbus Police has a fucking rack of them just like this. In Jesus' name, I'm Reverend Andrew Wendell.